So, guys, welcome to the program. We are live and direct on Black and White Web TV. We are live on Biafra Television, and we are live on Biafra Black and White Web TV YouTube channel. And you are all welcome to the program. While we wait for our audience to assemble, we want to say sorry for the delay. We were supposed to have started earlier, guys, but the time difference between ourselves and our brother Mazi Solomon in Australia, I think it's 4 a.m. there, like you said, Mazi Solomon. Mazi, your mic is mute. Is mute or mute yourself, please.
Yeah, now is after 5 a.m.
Okay, it's after 5 a.m. and you had to stay awake to be able to attend to this program. Thank you for being here. Professor, thank you for coming. I want our viewers and our followers to please share this program, because what we have here is as good as a lecture class, is as good as a forum where people can learn a lot on economic empowerment, which you find rare for free these days. Nobody offers you free knowledge for free, but as Biafrans, we are here to offer these services for free, and also to help our people realize themselves. I hear some echo on the background, and I don't know if Professor is having.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay, yeah, because I can see that you are having some difficulties. Yeah, Professor is out. So, like I was saying, what we are here to do is to Professor, if you can mute your mic while you are off, it will do us a great good to avoid the noise on the background. So, but when you want to speak, you can unmute yourself to speak. So, meanwhile, I want to encourage our people to share this program. While we wait for our professor to settle down and introduce himself, Mazi Solomon, can you please give us a little briefing on what our people are expecting this evening before Professor coming to introduce himself? Please unmute yourself, Solomon. Solomon, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, Mazi Pat, for this moment. My name is Solomon Peter. Actually, we are here today to be able to throw out the opportunities that we have in our land. While we are running away from our land to other people's land, and while we are busy looking for green pastures somewhere, there is always green pastures around us undiscovered. So that is why we are here today, inviting Professor Chinedu Agbadike, who has been on the ground and been able to find out some of these green pastures, which is around our villages, which is around our cities, in which we are abandoning to be running somewhere to be looking for green pasture. And secondly, again, it is very, very important as a nation that we will be able to hit our chest and say we can feed ourselves. That's very important. In 1967 to 1970, hunger was what was used to kill our children and to kill our kids. And some of our mothers and fathers also died of hunger. But this time around, we must rise to our responsibilities and say, no more shall this happen to our people. No more shall this happen to our villages and family again. I think that is the reason why we are here. So we would like you to lend us your ear, at this very moment. we are talking about how we can be able to cultivate our land and create wealth around our villages. If you discover these days that people are running away from our villages, because they felt like the poverty in the village is too much. And the way that our people have been farming since 1980s is still the same way they are farming today, whereby making it very difficult for this generation. Why should they stay back home and be doing such a hard job, which at the end of the day, they will not be able to feed their people or feed themselves or even keep anything behind for themselves or for their upcoming children. So we are here today to discuss all these things and the way forward. Hope you will be here to learn a new things and also at the same time see the opportunity that is around you. Thank you, Mazi Pat.
Thank you very much. We would allow a professor to introduce himself. Hello, professor. You're welcome to the program. Can you please introduce yourself, Biafrans, and the world is watching?
Okay, my name's Professor Chinedu Agbadike. I've been on farm in this land for more than 10 years now. And when I returned from US 11 years ago, I found out that our people have problem with releasing the land. After Shuku, after God, the next thing is their land. So I spent years going about from one place and throughout the whole eastern region. I've been able to win confidence of the traditional leaders. They now gave me land. I'm now custodian of majority of the land in the eastern region. Now I got this land, so what I do, I give it out to those who want to farm on lease for 25 to 35 years. Something like 3,000 hectares, 4,000 hectares, 5,000 hectares. Now what I'm doing, we also went into research to be able to find out alternative to artificial fertilizer that is killing everything we have in the land. Like there are no crickets, no more butterflies, no more insects, no more worms. They're all dead, killed by artificial fertilizers. And these artificial fertilizers are causing most of the major sicknesses we have here right now. So I went into research with my team and we were able to discover many things we can use. One of the is an existing one called compost manure. The second one is earthworm, idide. From earthworm, you can get the urine of earthworm or the liquid from earthworm. We can be able to use it to do magic. The third one is human urine.
I think the professor is out once again. With the Zoom, the usual Zoom network.
Zoom network. This is a challenge we are facing, and these are the reason why we are working hard to see that we improve the lives of our people. So you can equally see at this moment where you are receiving, but due to the way the country we are positioned, they cannot even allow you to float. So we are sorry about that. Today it is Professor Chinedu Agbadike time to educate us. So we must do everything to bring him back. Yes, we must do everything to bring him back.
Mazi, I wrote Chinedu Agbadike, but from what I see, I think it's Chinedu Agbadike. So I think we have to correct that. It's Professor Chinedu Agbadike. So while we wait him to return back, we would be discussing Mazi, because when you talk about in the 80s, it will seem as if that before 80s that we have machineries that work the farm for us. We are talking about that our agricultural sector have remained so primitive and archaic that even in the 100 years, 100 centuries ago, or whatever, 5,000 years ago, will continue to use the same mechanism, which have continued to give us low result with so much energy in productivity. We have low result, and we have a lot of input. Maz, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So much input with absolutely no result whatsoever.
Yes, Mazi, that is very, very important. We are here to teach our people the new way to farm. Farming is as good as going to office. It's even sometimes people who like nature a lot is even better. Is even more better that you go to farm than going to office. In this very present age, we are cultivating the land. Farming is most of the easiest thing anyone can do. Most of our people that are here in abroad that you are asking to send you money, actually say, many of us are working in the farm. So many people that are abroad in Europe, even here in Australia, as I'm talking to you now, some of our people, they are in farm. They are already rushing to farm at this time around. You know, rushing to pick mango, rushing to pick apple, rushing to pick cashew, and all the rest of the thing. So the way to farm in this very our age is very easy, but because of lacking the knowledge or because of not having the government support, then so many people we are lacking behind. So, but what I just wanted us to do in these very programs is to take these things one after another. Now, like what we come to do with Oriental Origin Limited is this. We, the Oriental Origin, are like the instrument that wanted to encourage our people into investing into farming, to invest into farming and the cottage industries. Then, under this cottage industry we are looking at, we have a team of engineers and researchers.
Yes, Maz, I'm trying to just hold on, please. I'm trying to show our people the level of agriculture, the tools. If you can look at the screen, you see that Maz, before we move to that angle that you are going, the Oriental Origin and the explanation of what the company is involved in, I want us to look at the tools on the screen. Maz, I don't know if you are taking a look at these tools I'm displaying.
Yes.
You find out that these tools in a normal environment are used for, cultivation in the gardens around your houses where machines cannot work. Maz, I don't know, just for gardening, to cultivate flower, vegetables, and light stuffs for immediate. But do you know that today we are using some of these tools for production?
Yes, Mazipat, continue, because I'm trying to bring back Chinedu Agbadike because he need to.
Okay.
He has already started lecturing the people.
We use these tools that are meant for just menial farming, menial kind of agriculture. We tend to use them for, industrial agriculture, which does not conform. Maz, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes,
so I think so I think it is time we move to the level where agriculture will go industrial and interesting. So Mazin, I will also be showing pictures of other equipment, agricultural equipment, we'll be talking about tractors, and I will be bringing out pictures of tractors so that our people will look at, the level we are projecting, that in the next few years we'll be able to use tractors and equipment to cultivate our farm for efficient productivity. So Mazi, you were talking about you were discussing about a company that is into agriculture, that is already in existence, that can also help our people, even those in the diaspora, to invest and reap the benefit. Mazi, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, that is because that is where the interest, that is where that is from the angle in which we are going to understand exactly what is expected of us. Because there is a latest technology, there is a latest equipment in which we can use to cultivate, and make our cultivations or our agriculture activities very easy, that the level of the human power we are putting in to cultivate our land and make harvest, and we reduce, and at the same time we will be able to increase the productions. Because the problem today is not that we are not cultivating, but like in a year, what is expected to feed our people, to make sure that there is food available for our people for 24 months in the calendar, and to make sure that our people are being fed, and our people who are into these agricultural activities are also finding a green pasture, finding a gain, making profit out of it, while our regions are well fed, we don't lack anything, and we find anything in a very cheaper price to our people. Now, before we can achieve this, then we must think about increasing the production, increasing the farming production, the farming product that we get every month, every year, and every quarter of the year. So without finding a means of increasing this production in these products, and also having some processing industries that process the agro product, without us putting all these things in place, then it will be hard for us to be able to feed our people. It will be hard for us to have abundance, and even to have an extra to export. So that is what we are talking about. And that is why the Oriental origin are coming into this thing, because everybody will not get, if you wait to get all this equipment that we are showing you now, then you cannot cultivate, because every farmers will not have this equipment by themselves. But some people has to provide this equipment, and it has to be their business. And we have to provide it as to make life of cultivations easy for our people. And we will able to show our people on how to invest in each of the farming farming activities, and be able to make a very good profit at the end of the day. So this is the work of this Oriental origin, because they want to coordinate it for you, that you can have all the access, you can have access to equipment to cultivate your land, and they'll be able to professionally manage your agro product, whatever you are cultivating. As you are hearing, Professor Chinedu
Agbadike
are explaining here on the natural ways of the fertilizers, instead of the artificial way of fertilizers that are killing our land and causing sickness everywhere. So we'll be able to do all this research and bring a kind of result on the table on how we can multiply our agro products, and how we can bring you in to invest, and how we can teach you to make sure that your farms are managed professionally, that every challenges you faces in your land or you faces with cultivation, because there is some land that you will cultivate a particular product, then it will not grow in that very land. So we'll be able to check your land and know what exactly you can cultivate in that very land that can give you a good result and a good profit.
And Mazi, you know, Mazi, you know that we already have the science. We have the science already. You know, because naturally every region in the east, every part of the eastern region have their own specialty. They have, which exists already. So, but what we are talking about is maximizing this farm produce, maximizing the opportunity through the use of the required instruments, equipment that makes the job easy. You put less input and high productivity, Mazi Solomon.
I think that is what we are talking about, and that is what I have said, that this is what brought the existence of Oriental origin. That we wanted to use the Oriental origin to coordinate our farming system, to encourage our people. You can be, it is structured that you can be abroad and you will own a farm. You will own a farm. You will only have to provide us a land, and we will go to the land and we will make a research, the best thing that can be cultivated in that very land. Then we will give you the estimate. And through the estimate, then you will be able to enter into an agreement with Oriental origin to manage your farm for you. And they declare every details. Declare every details of the farm. They will manage it professionally. It's not like you giving somebody in the village money, say, go and no. This is a kind of professional management of farm, that they have to take care of anything in terms of hiring laborers, in terms of calculating what it will take you to do the farming, in terms of declaring profit, in terms of making the harvest, in terms of making sure that what you produced in the farm is being sold with the appropriate value. So in terms of also you managing your farm, if you wanted your produce also to go into processing, to go into processing, then they will take care of all these things. They are legal body that you can relate to. They are a kind of professional institution that you can relate to in case of any farm that you wanted to go into. So, and who will be introducing this up? That's why we wanted Chinedu, Professor Chinedu Agbadike to be here to lecture us, because he has been on the ground and he has been into this thing. I come across Chinedu Agbadike in 2017. So, and since that time, we've been working very closely and we have been seeing a lot of results. Mazi, can you show our people the pictures of the farms that Chinedu Agbadike has been managing and the products that he has been managing all this while? We have a lot of them, millions of the pictures of the farm that Chinedu Agbadike has been managing. So he has been on it, and we wanted, now this is Snell. So we wanted him to actually lecture us for have been into this very thing for years. He said he has been into it now since 10 years, since he returned from America. So a man, he returned from America and he go into research, and all his interest is how will our people be fed? That in if you go and they take the quantity you want in a very cheap price. Look at animal husbandry. This is Chinedu Agbadike. This is we are having a lot of people, you know, growing this livestock. So it's going on in Biafran land, and we need to raise these things to a commercial level, whereby we can be able to have milk, we have be able to have enough meat, that will be able to have enough agro products in our land, that when it comes to where people can come and get the cheapest food in Nigeria, you will think of Eastern region. So, and we can do these things. There is a lot of them. Look at through the natural fertilizer. Look at how this banana, look at, this is one tree of banana. Through the natural fertilizer, then he was able, this banana was able to produce this up to this extent. So look at the pineapples farm. Look at it. Can you see it? So, and others, a lot. So many people, they said apple cannot grow in our land. Apple cannot grow. This is Tatashi, and it has gone under. It has a processing machine that can actually make these things and bottle it. You look at apple.
I think this is apple.
Yes, this is apple. Some people said apple cannot grow in our land, but look at apple. Look at how flourish it is. So we'll be able to shake your land. And no, if you are interested in this product, we can equally advise you on how we can mix the sand and put it on your farm, that can produce what your farm was not able to produce before through the natural fertilizer means.
I think this is this a vine? This is vine. You use it making wine.
Exactly.
So this vine can grow in the eastern region.
Yes, all these things can grow in the eastern region through the mechanized farming. Through the mechanized farming and the natural fertilizer that the team of Chinedu Agbadike has mixed research on. So as we go on, we have a lot to show Biafrans. This can grow. All these things, look at the snail laying egg. Our people still go into bush today, go into water, searching for snail, while we can rear these things just at our backyard. While we can rear it, we can advise you how to multiply this. Then both inchi, both bush bush meat. You know, our people are still going into forest searching for bush meat, while you can multiply them at your backyard. You will have a lot of inchi. You know, you will have a lot of bush meat just at your backyard without taking you nothing, just less money and then a lot of profits. Mazi, show our people more, because we will be winding down in this very program. Since Chinedu Agbadike, this is a cassava farm. This is cassava farm. So you don't need to wait for 1 year for you to be able to harvest a cassava. You can actually harvest a cassava after 4 months, because this farming of 1 year farming in order to get a product has also been the cause of the scarcity we have. But here is cassava, 4 months is done.
Mazi. Yeah. Hello, Mazi, are you there?
I am here. You're hearing me.
You know that we have the resources to make some of these things happen. We have the resources. Now, I want us to look at the issue of irrigation. Irrigation in terms of watering the farm. And we have an irrigation system here that, you know, Maz, I don't know if you are seeing the picture on the screen.
Yeah, but I have to ask, the agro products from our land, have you finished showing them? Because I know we have a lot of them. So
yes, from what we have so far, been able to show from what we have. Okay. We are looking at also the possibility, because most of the time when there is drought, when the rain refuses to fall, we should also be able to have a system that can help the crop grow, artificial water system, Mazi.
Yeah, we have been into all these things because it all depends on the product. It all depends on the produce that you want to cultivate. So some needed water and some don't need water. Okay, like most of the irrigation systems, we know that rice cannot grow without water. Actually, we don't use this kind of irrigations when it comes to rice. This kind of irrigations, or I can say this kind of irrigations is being used on vegetables. When you want to grow vegetables, yeah, so you use this kind of irrigation. So there is irrigation for different products, as you can see here. Yeah, there is different products and different irrigation. Like when we are planting trees, they only needed to spread water when they are very small, tender. But when they have their tap roots, even though there is drop, but we don't have that kind of drop that stays for a very long time, like as the European nations or some of the European nations and the Western world used to have. We are blessed with weather. Weather is not our problem. Our problem is being able to create a kind of mechanizing farming that is suitable to our land, to be making sure that our products goes often, not like when you farm for 1 year, you wait for throughout the year for you to be able to make a harvest. So we are looking at mechanizing farming, that there is some of the farming that you can even harvest every 4 weeks or every 6 weeks or every like we have rice now, you can harvest in 6 weeks, depends on the position of your land, so we have cassava that you can harvest in the space of 3 months and 2 weeks. So these are the things that we are actually trying to work out with our people, that farming is not something that you have to do for the whole year for you to be able to have something. So because actually I wanted to introduce this very program so that Chinedu Agbadike will educate us. I'm not coming here today to lecture, because I'm coming to lecture after we have heard from Chinedu Agbadike, and after he has able to lecture us to see what we have in our land that we needed to cultivate. Then I will be able to come back to lecture us, and with some of our people that are waiting behind, some of our doctors and the team and our team in this very whole thing that are waiting behind to come and lecture us bit by bit on how this thing is going to function, because these are professional bodies that are coming to coordinate our wealth in the villages, that are coming to coordinate the wealth that we have on the land and the cottage farming. Now we are not basing, because you'll be complaining of electricity, we are not basing our operation on Nigerian NEPA or Nigerian supply of electricity. We are trying to activate all this cottage industry through solar energy. So it's not going to be a very giant factory, but just mini factories that we can be able to generate electricity via solar energies, solar panels, so that it can power those industries. So we also have a food process. And these are the business that we are creating to our people through the teams of this research, because the technology is already down. It's only us to queue into that technology and make use of our time and make sure that the farming become interesting in our land. This is our duty. So at this very point, I have to take permission, because I have to go to find out from Chinedu Agbadike what happened, because this program was strictly made for him. So we have spent a few time here, knowing quite well that it is my morning.
Yeah,
and
I
have to be running to work.
I would have suggested that if Chinedu, Professor Chinedu can actually speak to us through the phone from your end, then even if he doesn't have to now appear, at least our people have seen his face. He's no longer a stranger here. He can speak to us through the phone. We ask him one or two questions, and we see if he can, if he can give us some of his takes on the issue we are talking about, where he stopped.
Because Chinedu Agbadike need to speak today, we need the basics. We need to hear somebody, because I'm transmitting from Australia. And if we keep telling you about our land, you will think we are joking. Somebody on the ground need to tell you what is happening, what has happened, and the way our place has already been moved forward a bit as the result of the activities of these Biafrans on the ground. So let me try to call Chinedu Agbadike on phone and see if we can. But at this moment, I must go out of this very program now, because there is
you can mute yourself if you wish to, so that if you can get him, then you unmute yourself and come back into discussion. You can mute yourself while you keep trying to get in touch with him. Then while I now hold on and see how we can, I know our people are patient.
Hello, Prof. Hold on, Mazi. Yes, yes, Prof. We are waiting for you. We don't know what happened. So can you be able to come back to the program? Biafrans are waiting for you to
Mazi, even if he cannot come back, he can talk to us via the telephone.
Completely, nothing off. Only this line goes. I'm trying to reconnect with another phone. Whether they blocked it here. So if you give me next 10 minutes, I will connect with another phone.
Okay,
no,
can we
Mazi, he can talk to us. He can talk to us via telephone. It is very clear on my end, and I believe that our audience are getting him very clearly. So he can talk to us. Then on next episode, he can come back to the program live. But for now, he can talk to us via the telephone.
Okay, I am calling him direct now. He said, "Is your WhatsApp working, Prof?"
They just went off completely. I don't understand that. No network, nothing, just blanked out. And my phone is a very big phone. I don't know why that thing never happened.
Okay, don't worry. We Biafran, we are formidable. We never give up. No matter what happened, we overcome it at the end of the day. Biafrans are already waiting for you to speak to them. So can you give them just a brief, at this moment? So because they are waiting. So they are hearing you from here. Can you speak on, Prof?
Okay. My name is Prof. Chinedu Agbadike. I respond to years ago. What I done here, I found out that man to the whole generation that is listening to God's plan. And therefore, it's very difficult to give the land to the people, to the mass. I have to discover that in a real war situation, war is not all about killing soldiers that go to war, but economic war. That is taking the soldiers, going back to the village, from their parents, from their market, from their farm. That's what happened during 1956 to 1970. So hunger became the weapon of war. And the only way you can conquer people is to make them become hungry so that the soldiers cannot fight. So I said, okay, fine. If this is going on, we need to have farmland. So I went around for 5 days, going about government everywhere, trying to get African with the traditional leader. And then they protested me.
The voice is breaking. The voice is breaking up.
Mas, this is the best we can get from him now.
Now, if you need land, come, I will give you the land free of charge. You won't pay any money. I got the land free, and I'm giving it to you free for 25 to 35 years. You are free to take the land, use it as you like. Then you give the community 25%, and you take 75%. Myself, you keep me nothing because it's a mission. I have determined to work on it and die while doing it. The next thing we did is to find alternative ways to artificial fertilizers that are killing insects. Use all the crickets, all the insects, all everything, earthworm, all dead because of artificial fertilizer. You can't find mushrooms, termites, all of them, they are no longer. So we decided to do alternatives. But the alternatives we find out are compost manure, which are buffered and used. The second one is earthworm, urine from earthworm. That is urine and liquid from earthworm. We have enough to feed Africa from that. We've done a lot of research. We can now produce food better than artificial fertilizer. The third one is human urine, which we now ferment for 4 days. After 4 minutes, we mix it with water. We use it to produce our farm. Now, what we have now, we can put 1 seed of corn. 1 seed of corn will give you 8 to 12 bundles. We have been able to develop crops in such a way that 1 seed of rice can give you 3,000 rice. Normally, 1 seed of rice will give you 45, but we have increased it to 1,500 to 3,000. That means harvesting rice twice. We have never had it anywhere in this world that rice can be harvested twice. But we have developed that. We have gone to the level that we can now say that farming is a very lucrative business. 1, you have the land free. 2, you have the organic money you can use. 3, we have our security. I want you to know we have our security. No man, no Fulani man, nobody can attack our farm, not even a thief. And when I'm talking to you, please, I don't have guns and knives. I have what they call traditional security. And I'm serious with what I say. Traditional security is very commendable. You cannot fight us. So with that, your money is secured. I'm not asking you to give me money. I'm not interested in your money. I've left my money. I've left my name and a retired professor. But what I'm asking you now is that we can feed the masses. Our boys, our youth, stop going abroad to look for greener pastures because there's nothing greener than the farmland we have. Presently, in Biafran land, whether you like it or not, I do not exaggerate. The Fulani are feeding us. We eat Fulani cow, Fulani goat, Fulani everything, Fulani potato, Fulani everything. And a bucket of Gary, that is the center of Gary now, is 800 naira. Last year when I was working on it, it was 200 naira. I stopped on rice this year. I stopped on Gary this year and focused on rice. That is what is going on. I focused on rice and potato this year. So by next year, we hope to bring the prices of rice and potato down. And when I mean potato, Irish potato. Now, we are saying English apple in Igbo land. English apple, so that the one that coaching and bring it to us will no longer be that. We are growing English grape, English strawberries. We have developed them here. So you are free to invest in any part you want to. 1, we guarantee you security. 2, you can use your brother, your mother, your father, your in-laws, or whoever you normally $10. I used to do very stupid thing I was doing myself too. And at the end, they use that money to do nothing. You can use them, and they come to us, we'll train them, come to the community, we give them land, and make sure that this. And the next thing you can also invest in packaging and processing. Now, let me ask you one question, those who are listening to me. A bottle of crude oil, a bottle of petroleum oil is 150 naira. But one coconut is 300 naira in Igbo land. One coconut is 300 naira. Then ask yourself this question: if one coconut is 300 naira, what's the cost of one coconut? What's the cost of one petrol? Which one is crude oil? The questions you're going to ask yourself about this is going on is that the great crude oil is now our crop. That's all we're going to have. And Naira has been valued very soon. There will be serious hunger in Biafran land. It's better we save our nation. Thank you. I'm very to listen to this question.
Yes, Mazi Solomon. Hello, Mazi Solomon. Mazi Solomon. I think I don't have any other. I don't have option than to reprogram Professor Agbadike to be back to this program. Professor Agbadike must be back on this program, and we have to see what we can do to make sure that he has a better network, because our people are complaining that the line is not clear, it's not coming out clear. And the things he has said are quite interesting that we cannot afford to miss them. So we'll be rescheduling for Professor Agbadike to be back on this program. And by next weekend, we'll be inviting another of our brother who also is a agricultural engineer, agricultural and economics. He did it in Russia, and he will also be coming here on this program, on this platform, to educate us on other,
Hello, Prof.
other issues
Okay.
as regard to
yeah, Mazipat. Prof is
yes.
still on. Prof is still on in this phone, and he's clear.
I know that Prof is on, but Mazi, our people are complaining that his voice is not coming out clear.
Okay, your voice was not coming out clear.
So what we have to do is that we have to reschedule for another time.
Network in the next 5 minutes.
Okay, Prof is trying to connect direct now, so
Okay.
Mazi, can you give him an opportunity, please?
Okay, yes, we are here. Biafrans are patient. I want us to share this program around so that we'll be able to also reach out to others. I told you that Black and White TV is an empowerment project. The Black and White TV is here to give you the knowledge that you need, you know, because right now agriculture is the key to survival. In the country where I live in Italy, and what have made Italy a superpower, economic power, is agriculture. Agriculture. And you cannot undermine the power of agriculture. Today, as we are speaking, almost everything is being imported into Nigeria, the zoo. And we cannot depend on importation on things we can produce by ourselves. If we have to import the agricultural equipment, some of the agricultural equipment, we can understand that, but not the agricultural produce itself. It is a shame. And I can tell you that we also have the capacity to also produce some of even the agricultural equipment locally. Mazi, I don't know if you are listening. Hello, Mazi, are you there? I know that the Biafran people have what it takes to also produce some of the agricultural equipment locally. Now we can talk about importing the more complex ones from abroad, but we have to cultivate our land and produce food for our people. And we have the resources. When you go to occasion today, you see people throwing money up and down, left, right, and center, throwing money, you know, in occasions. And some of this money are supposed to be recycled, are supposed to be invested, especially in the area of agriculture. Every country you see today in Europe, from Holland to Belgium to Italy to even in Germany, they are all big time into agriculture. Even in the USA, even in the US, you know, so you cannot deny yourself. You cannot deny yourself this possibility. We cannot deny ourselves the possibility. So this is the reason why we have decided to bring up this program, because the enlightenment is the key, is the first thing. So the enlightenment, the knowledge is the key. If we don't have the enlightenment, we might not be able to find the way forward. And that is the reason why we dedicated Black and White Web TV to enlighten our people, empower our people, and make sure that we take advantage of every opportunity at our disposal. In the world we live in today, information is circulating. We must take advantage of every information that is made available. We don't have any reason to beg and plead for help, or, you know, be asking for arms in terms of begging on the street. No, because we have the land and we have what it takes. We have what it takes to feed ourselves and live comfortably. So while we wait for Mazi Solomon and possibly Professor Agbadike to return, I want to see what, unfortunately, calls cannot come in because I wanted people to call in, but I think that has to be for another day. But the device is not accepting calls, so we have to give the opportunity for some other time, most probably by either within the week or by next weekend. We will be inviting other guests to talk to us on the need. If we can be successful, if we can empower ourselves in the area of agriculture, we have solved 90% of our problem. Because even the clothes I'm wearing, this cloth I'm wearing comes from agriculture, which is the cotton. The shoes that you are wearing comes from the animal skin, which is agriculture as well. So the life we live on a daily basis is based on agriculture. It's not just only the food that you eat, but almost everything that keeps us going comes from the land, and we must cultivate the land. If some of us knew what we knew when we left the zoo and ran away, maybe we would have gone into agriculture. But because we were also ignorant and we didn't have the access to some of the world equipment that is available today, agriculture becomes discouraging. It becomes discouraging. Just take a look at some of the things that I showed you earlier on. Some of the agricultural equipment that I showed you earlier on. Just imagine, having an organized system that can give farmers this type of equipment for cultivation. If we have the resources, all we need is to put them together and see how we can make provision for this kind of equipment for our farmers to enhance productivity. And if you have to invest in this in the equipment like this, and people come hiring them, you know what it means. At every season, you invest in them. Maybe in a group of 100 people decide to say, okay, we are putting in a certain amount of money to purchase this thing, and these equipment are used and the farmers are paying for them. There is no way you won't be able to also get your return. So you can also invest in agricultural equipment that people will hire, and you also make profit. You make gains. You don't have to go to the farm. You don't have to, because the problem our people have is every time they are investing in transportation, they buy bus, they buy truck, they buy trailer. But you can also invest, even if you are, maybe you have a system that can bring a company that can bring people together. You put in your money, you buy equipment like this, and every season you have a projection. There are lots of farmers who need this type of equipment to cultivate their land, because all the farmers cannot, individuals will not be able to, might not be able to afford it, because we are no longer waiting for the zoo government to provide. Under normal condition, it is the duty of the government to provide equipment like this and make it available for farmers. But the government haven't failed. We cannot wait for them. Mazi Solomon, I think you're back.
Yes, I'm trying everything to get Chinedu Agbadike back. So he's transferring. He said his phone went blank. He never know what happened, and he's trying to transfer to another phone. So it's all well. We are formidable. We have all the time to lecture our people, because this project is taking off in January 2021. So we are just bringing awareness for now, but definitely our people has been on the ground, and Chinedu Agbadike has also been on the ground for 10 years, doing a lot of research as to regard to the farm produce in our land, and how we can go into mechanized farming easily to increase the product of increase the farm produce of from our land. So he is coming back to this very program. Hope you stay tuned. Hope you continue to join. Thank you very much. On my own take, we are going to talk more and discover and discuss more on how these operations can take place, so that everybody can participate. And you don't need big money to own a farm. It's not even the money. If you put the money you used in buying burger, eating all manner of sugar products and the food we are eating in the Western world, if you put the money you are using to buy all this food, because you know that it is what we eat that eat us, that will eat us later. So if you, those monies you are using for burger and using, if you put it together, you already own a farm. You already feeding a Biafrans. And it does not end there. Not only that you fed people, or not only that you are fed, but you also make profit. You also make profit for the exchange of money. You also make profit out of it. Okay? So that is just our reason for running this very program. So you will know those things. Do them with small money. You get other people employed, because whenever you're investing in this very farm produce we are talking about, you are actually employing people who could not even have nothing to start with. You give them employment by hiring them to work in this farm, and at the end of the day, you also feed your nation, and after feeding your nation also, you make profit out of it. So
in our next edition, I'll be making provision for them to call in and ask questions. For those who are seeking for contact, we'll be making that available for you. You can have contact and discuss with us later after the program.
Mazi, can you permit me, please? Can you permit me? Yeah, what I wanted to say is you can send the link. If any Biafrans wanted to come in via the link to ask a question while you are waiting for Chinedu Agbadike to join us back, then you can send them the link. Then the person can come over. If the person doesn't want to show in the camera,
I think that professor is here with us.
Okay.
Yeah. Another phone.
Okay, Professor, welcome back.
Thank you.
I think it's better now.
Yes, I'm using another phone entirely.
That is beautiful. So, Professor, you were talking about using human urine.
Yes.
For manure.
Yeah, organic manure.
Okay, so go ahead, Professor.
Now, I told them that because we don't want artificial fertilizers that are not good, and we don't want GMO, we need organic products for our health. So we decided to work on that. We got first earthworm. We use earthworm EBD to use the liquid from earthworm and urine from earthworm. There's a way we extracted it. We have enough Africa anyway in our store. Now, another thing is compost manure, the one we knew earlier we were using, our forefathers were using. The third one is human urine. Now, human urine is one of the greatest natural fertilizers we have today. This is still our own experiment. It's not internationally, renowned. It is our own personal research. Just like during the war, we were able to do a lot of refinery, a lot of things without bothering to import anything. We have the know-how here. We are capable to do many things here. This is our own heritage. So now we have that. So we cannot think of or have organic products. Now we have market for all the products we have. I spoke about having all crops, the corn, the millet, the English apple, strawberries, all can be grown here. Now, we've been working for the past 11 years. We are not leaving any stone unturned. We are doing researches, we are getting results, and we are not using the old system of farming, hoe and knife. We are using mechanical system. And most of the mechanical system, I want you to understand that we do fabricate our own machine and our own system of harvesting, our own system of preparing, our own system of packaging. That's what we're doing here. I don't know whether they got all we need. English apple is growing here. Strawberry is growing here. If you look at our corn, if you look at Oka, our corn, you see that the corn we have can produce 8 to 12. There is no place in the world such a thing has happened. We are the one that developed this. I hope you understand. So we are not folding our hands.
Professor, we can see the picture of the corn on the screen.
Yeah, it's in Biafran land. There's no place it is in the world. That is what we're doing. So we have our rice. What I've done with rice is now, you can harvest rice twice. Twice. That means, you know, when you cut rice, harvest and peel, you allow it to die. But no, the one that you cut will grow again and you harvest it twice. That's why a seed of rice, instead of giving you 45, can give you one seed of rice, can give you 1,500 seeds to 3,000 seeds. That is astronomous. In other words, in the next 5 years, we can afford to sell a bag of rice 2,000 naira. In other words, we can. Now, when we are planting our yam, you need only one tuber of yam to plant 4 to 6 plots of land. Only one tuber. Now, the same thing with cocoyam. When you are planting cocoyam, you need only one cocoyam to plant 4 to 6 plots of land. Now, what we did is using that urine from the earthworm to produce, what I'm talking is a little bit scientific, but it's not science, extravagant science, where you need to have a lot of investment, a lot of machines to do. No, we fabricate this locally. And we're not exposing it for the world to come and emulate. We are going to use it to feed the world. That's exactly what Biafran land is going to do. Now we have the land. Now we have the technical know-how. Now we have the seeds. So now we have the best soil. The problem we had before, where do we get the land? Now, if you ask me, today is Sunday in Biafra land. Sunday, that is 13th of December, 2020. If 14th of December, tomorrow, you need 5,000 hectares of land. I didn't say acre, hectare, hesh. If you need it, I'll give it to you free of charge. Don't pay any money. It's free for you for 25 to 35 years, free. And then you give the community that own that land 25% of your annual income. While you, the investor, will take 75%. So it's a business. We're not asking for money. Nobody is asking for money here. We're asking that we take over our forest. When we take over our forest, there is no place for marauders or whoever it is to hide. Another thing we guarantee you, we have our own traditional security. Traditional security. We're not talking of guns and knives. No, we are telling you we have our traditional security, which of course I don't need to expose here. You can't come to my farm. No cow, no Fulani cow will pass my farm. And no Fulani person will pass my farm. It's not possible because we have our own traditional security. Not man by human being, but man by our ancestors. Oh, sorry to say that, but that's reality. That's real. That's what we are doing. So we have farms. In most places, I have farm in Anambra State, in Ebonyi, in Enugu State, and other places I have farm. Very large farms. I have 7,000 hectares of rice in Umumbo. I have 2,856 hectares in Anako. Rice, we are harvesting it now. All the places we have rice, we've never heard about the cows come to eat or the Fulani come to attack. It did not happen. Because there's something there in that land we don't want to talk online that we are using personal and for the community or for the youths that are working with us. We cannot employ youths. They can go to the farm and work. We pay them. And I'm telling you, averagely, a youth can earn more than 200 to 300,000 naira per month in the farm. So why are we going abroad? Why are we traveling for greener pasture when the pasture is green here? I'm ready to answer questions.
Yes, Mazi, Professor. Can I call you Mazi Chinedu Agbadike, or do I call you Professor Chinedu Agbadike?
Call me Mazi. All those things. You stop.
Okay, Mazi. Now, we see in occasions where our people go and throw money away, you know, in celebration. And these are the resources that are supposed to be put together to help in reproduction. What is your advice to our people to start changing our orientation, to be more humble, and make use of every resources at our disposal to see that we secure our future?
All right. Money is the second greatest fraud in human history. Money, especially paper money. The first and the greatest fraud is pharmaceutical industry, followed by money. Now, money can be disvalued anytime. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. Money is fraud, 419, because you take my money, you buy gold, you buy silver, after some years, you disvalue the money while the gold and silver you bought increases. And when you die, you will leave the money in the house. You go without it. But when you invest money, your ideas will be there. And when you die, you are not dead because your ideas are still alive. A man dies, a woman dies when his or her ideas are dead. Your children will not remember you forever. We know about those who have lived on this earth and they cannot be remembered because all they had was money. I'm sorry to say, I'm not embarrassing people. I can start calling names, Abiola and others who have lived here, Dangote, and the rest of them. There are so many millionaires who have lived on this earth, taking the glory of spreading money. Now, the basic principle of life is to teach people how to catch fish and not to be giving them fish. Don't enslave or decolonize your own brother by giving him money. Teach him how to catch fish. Don't give him fish. So what I'm advising them, all these glories, all these, I want to be number one. My friend, my brother, one day you will be left alone in the grave and nobody will remember you. But if you have used that money to set up industries, to set up packaging industries, to support exporting. Let me give you an example. Russia today, 90%, 70% of wine produced in Russia is from corn. And there is a demand for thousands of metric tons of corn from us, and we cannot even supply them. Now, if we are supplying it to Russia or supply it to Germany, supply it to any of these countries, we will become their allies and they become our friend. They will have economic value for us. Forget about Nigeria. 97% of the weight in Nigeria belongs to the white people. So now I'm sorry to say, use that language. I'm not supposed to be talking like that on air, but I'm trying to tell you that if you're able to make our land to become an ally to Russia, to become an ally to some of these great powers, they will become our friends. They will listen to your cry. They will listen to your voices.
Mazi Chinedu, even before we talk about exporting, do we really have enough to even take care of our local need in terms of, because from the corn you can derive animal feed?
No, we don't have enough. No matter what you produce here, there is enough market for it. People are dying of hunger. Last year, when I was working on cassava Gary was 200 naira a penta. Today, it's between 850 to 1,000 naira a penta, and the price is increasing by the day. So we don't even have enough. Our people are dying of starvation here. But the land is there. The land is being followed, and other people are occupying the land. We are buying yam from the north. There is no more yam ban in the eastern region, in Igbo land. It does not exist any longer. There are no more cocoyam. There are more, those of this, they're all gone. We are now importing rice, beans, potato, tomato, gari, whatever from the north. All of them are coming from the north. Our enemies are the ones feeding us. And as long as enemies are feeding you, your freedom is latent. You don't even have freedom at all. Freedom is when you are able to feed yourself and heal yourself. Let me ask you a question for those of you who are in the Christian religion. Now, if you're a Christian or a Muslim, I ask you these questions, these three questions. What were the things God or Shuku or Allah gave to man? In the Garden of Eden, it was food and health. 400 years or his 40 years of desert journey from Egypt to Israel, it was food and health, manna and health. Elijah, it was food and health. In the New Testament, call him Jesus Christ, call him Muhammad. What did he provide for the people?
food, and health were the miracles. So the basic principle of life, if you read Genesis chapter 1 or Quran, because I read all, you find out the basic principle of life is to feed the people. Feed your people. No soldier can fight in empty stomach. And the war is war. I told you from the beginning of this program that if you want to kill or conquer any nation, you don't go and fight the soldiers in the field. You go back to their homes, bomb their farms, bomb their school, bomb their primary school, secondary school, bomb their markets. At once you succeed in that, there will be no food to give the soldiers in the battle and they will die. That's what happened during the war. It was an economic war. And that economic war is still going on now because the herdsmen attack our farms, attack our local business from where our foods are coming out from. And we're starving so that we will depend on them. So indirectly, we are the ones sponsoring them, sponsoring the gun they're using against us because we don't have food and crops here. That is what is going on. That is on that periphery, if you look at it from that level. But I'm talking about economic part of it, where you can export food, even if you are not able to give to the locals. There is enough to export. There are enough countries that can align with us and will produce more. And we don't need any artificial fertilizer. We don't need any support in terms of growing the crops here because our soil, one, is fertile. Two, we have produced our own organic manure. All over the world, as I'm talking to you now, most of the food from all different parts of the world, they are all GMO, genetically modified organisms. And most of them are not organic. So we, Biafrans, can supply organic crops to every part of the world. Give me 2 states which shall feed the whole world if we focus attention on that food. And when people can feed, then they can think, they can reason, they can create. Because creativity will govern.
Now, Mazi, we have a lot of our people in the diaspora. And majority of the people listening to you here are in the diaspora. And, you know, when people look at the way you have explained, you know, the proceeds from the farm, the benefit, you know, people are putting a lot of interest. Now, are there kind of like Solomon was saying, that there is a structure that can help our people put their resources together and give them the possibility to farm even while they are not on the ground?
Yeah, we have structures. Structure one is practical structure. Practical structure. Let me explain what I mean by practical structure before the scientific one. The practical structure that you have a brother here, you want to take abroad, you want to bring overseas, you have a sister you want to bring abroad, and every year you are sending money for them for Easter, you're sending money for them for Christmas, maybe $2,000 or $1,000 or $500 or whatever you're doing. Why not ask your brother or sister to come to my office or to come to any of the zones? We will train him and he use that money you are giving to him to be on the farm. With 100,000 naira in the farm, in less than 4 months, you can double that money ×3 with rice, because we can harvest rice 3 times. This is structure number one. The real structure is scientific one, where we have where you can invest. We have a portal which we have developed, and also those of you who can develop that portal can work with us and work on the portals whereby people can invest social amount of money and expect social amount of yield at a particular amount of money. Now, I don't have the books here. We have done research. We were 9 professors that did research on the development of agriculture in the Eastern region. We were 6 professors. We were invited to Abuja last year, October, by Dr. Ifanyoba. We took us 8 months to work on that thing, which you just asked me. And we were able to produce a book, which I sent to you. You can show the book there. It's development. Of course, we use Nigeria as a logo there because Ifanyoba is the senator in Nigeria. If you look at that book, with it, we can rule the world with food, economic supremacy in food. Now, that structure is already there because we have designed it. So we were 9 professors, then with the stream down to 6 professors who wrote that. So we have structure already created. Now we can also, as Biafran, develop an app, which I will be involved, a portal, which I will be involved that will enable you will be able to do that. And also, we have in my studio In my office, we have existing.
Is it agriculture scope of cover? Is it, if I'm right?
Agriculture in all ramification.
Okay, I don't think it's the one that I have here. But
One of the things
I will get to it.
Now, when you get it, show them inside that book, everything. Anybody who handles that book can do agriculture with all the proposals, all the information you need as far as agriculture is concerned is there. That is the feasibility studies, the buying, the saying, the cost of production, and whatever you are going to base is in that book. It's a very big book.
I'm trying to put something on the screen.
This was the one you have now is for advert for some of the seminars. Go ahead, you will see there is there. It's a book that has code of arms.
I think Mazi Solomon have to forward that to me.
Okay, it's within. Okay. Yeah. Now, what we have there, what I mean is that we have developed already an existing platform people can invest on, which we can show you. And also, as I told you, there are two platforms. Get your people, get your brother, get your sister, get him, let him come. The training is free. I'm going to train you freely. But then the execution of the work and the projects, and it depends on what you want, 3 monthly or 4 monthly, or something like can be prolonged, or packaging or finished product or processing, depends on what you want. There are some of them that can, like palm tree is 18 months, and other crops that are more than 1 year, but there are others that are for 4 months. Rice, plantain is one of the greatest money spinner on earth, and if you want to invest on that, we will teach you. If you look at the plantain in the pictures I send you, I produce plantain from the seed of plantain. We have done a lot of research. You look at it from seed of plantain. You know, plantain has seed, so each plantain we're able to produce 3,000 plantains on it, and each one plantain is able to give us 3 million naira. That is fantastic. What we're doing here. If you check it on the pictures I send you, you'll see it. Those plantains didn't grow from the sucker. So we have a project, we have a program that accommodates investors from any sort of life. Anything you want to do, animal husbandry or crops or plants or whatever, or what you want to develop, or packaging, or whatever, it depends, on processing. And again, this plantain you have here can give you 3 million naira. From each seed of the plantain, we grow suckers from the seed. Using the earthworm liquid, we grow suckers. So I can grow up to 3,000 suckers from this plantain here. From one plantain, 3 suckers. And each sucker is sold 600 naira times 3,000. How much do you have for this one plantain? It's just that because people are not reasoning. Freedom and reason make you human beings. But because we are not reasoning, we are being marooned by Oriental absolutists and all kinds of damage things that have told us you can't do anything. And because of that, we don't even think that we are capable of doing all things. So this plantain here can give you 3,000 suckers. You don't need to go out, but in ancient time, you go and take the sucker from the mother of the plantain. No, we take the sucker from the seed of the plantain. The same thing with banana. If you look at our banana, look at what we have done with banana. So now, this is what we have done with banana. We have done that with plantain. We've done that with we have changed.
Mazi, the banana that I even see here is even better than the one that is produced in Israel. Because I've seen their agricultural system, and what I see here is so impressive that it supersedes what what Israel can give in terms of agriculture.
Yeah, remember we didn't change it's not GMO. We didn't touch we didn't change. What we need to do, what we did was to supply it organic manure from earthworm, liquid of earthworm or urine from earthworm. That's all we did. We didn't touch the genetic program of that. So it's not a GMO. It's original. It is from nature. It has all the natural nutrients and it's direct. So we are not folding our hands. We're not just farming. We are working. Now, if you look at
Mazi, tell us about the pineapple.
Now, the pineapple is from our own. It's our own pineapple. So we also modified we gave it organic money to produce what we have. That is exactly what we did. And pineapple has also its curative nature. For example, this pineapple you have here, we can convert it to make your body alkaline. You can use it to alkalinize your body by taking it whole as it is, cutting it and putting hot water on it and drinking the hot water. You can alkalinize your body. And when your body is alkalinized, no bacteria, no virus, no fungi can survive inside it. So it's not only for eating, it's also on our medical side of our Foodism work.
Professor, I think you have to be our regular guest on this program. We are going to make you a regular guest because what you have to offer is not something you can give us in 1 hour, 30 minutes. I can bet you on that. So we are going to make you a regular guest. And what we have to do is to create a forum where people can also join us, ask questions, and show their areas of interest, of investment in agriculture, so that we'll be able to build a system that can accommodate people. Professor, how do you see to that? Creating, because we can come here and sell the ideas, but it will be more formidable if we can articulate this idea, create a community of investors, those in home and abroad, to be able to see how we can feed our people. Then, in course of feeding our people, we'll definitely be able to pursue profit.
Yeah, in this business of agriculture, it's not throwing away of money. It is not fraudulent. It is natural. All we need, let all hands be on deck, knowing that the war over food, the war over our health, is what is making us to look like slaves. It's what's making us to run away from our motherland. And the Fulanese, the herdsmen know about it. That's why they attack our farms. The sooner we take over this farmland, fallowed farmland, and feed traditionally, eat what we used to eat. It's what we eat that eats us. If we don't eat correctly, our immune system will break down. And we now begin to depend on orthodox medicine. I will now begin to see all kinds of sicknesses. And now, sorry, pastors will now tell you that your forefathers were evil, your foremothers were evil, not knowing that it is just because you didn't feed well. And because you didn't feed well, the immune system is breaking down. But when our people can feed well, they can reason well. We have a lot of geniuses here, but because opportunities to feed well and be able to know where to get the next meal and to be able to know what to do to be healthy, our people are dying. Geniuses are being killed, are dying because of lack of knowledge. Not only that, why are we running abroad? As I told you, averagely, if a farmer is working here with us, he can earn 300,000 naira to 500,000 naira per month. Surely guaranteed, if he works with us. We are no longer using, if I show you the machineries we're using and other things we're using, you'll be shocked that what we are capable of doing here with our own hands, assuming we have supports, assuming we have others who are supporting us, we will go wilder, we will go bigger and feed the world. I'm telling you honestly, from the researches we have done, that Biafrans can feed the world. And let that be what we can use as a horse trading, to horse trade with it. Nigeria is horse trading with oil, which will become obsolete very soon. I wrote a book in 1985 called Colonial Conspiracies in Africa. I told them in that 1985 there will be coronavirus in 2020, and there will be hunger, there will be that, there will be that. I explained all this in that book. And I told them by 2023, nobody will use Nigerian petrol again. Now, all these things are going to happen, but the thing that will sustain the African man is agriculture, going back to his cultural feeding. We eat our own natural food, which will give us the immunity we need to stay alive and live longer and be able to be more productive and be able to be more accurate in things.
So Mazi, without cutting you short, with the level of unemployment we have today in Nigeria and in Biafra land, I think we have an army of youth who can engage if they have the right orientation, if they see the opportunity. We have army of youth who can go into agriculture and produce for us to be able to feed ourselves and the sport. So how do we harness this opportunity? Because the lack of joblessness is another opportunity on its own if we can take advantage of that trend?
Now, our farms are able to deploy youths in various categories, like farmers, like marketers, like suppliers. You know, farm is a very large. We have those who will be trucking the products. We have those who will be contractors that will be taking the product to the market. We have those who will be processing it. We have those who will be putting it in their shops and stores and so on and so forth. So each farmland can accommodate 2,000 youths and pay them good salary because there is money in farming enough to be able to take care of unemployment. It does not mean using, listen, when they use the word farm, there is psychological mind. There is a kind of hologram in the mind telling them that you're going to use hoe and cut and knife, what they saw before. No, a farmer can wear his coat and tie like an English idiot. So a farmer can wear his clean cloth. Does anybody know I'm a farmer? Who knows that I'm a farmer? I am 100% farming. But you see, I have my income from the farm. I bought my vehicles from the farm. I built my house from the farm. And whatever I'm able to do tomorrow, I do that from the farm. So the farmers are building houses, are marrying wives, are having cars, and flying abroad. Now, I have a farmer who said he has enough money to buy an aeroplane if he can have an airport. Now, what is he doing? He's only doing cocoyam and turning it into powder and exporting it abroad. And they're using it for in different parts of the world where the Igbos are and other people from the East. So, soap thickener.
I think Professor is having difficulty with his network. Mazi Solomon, are you there?
Yes, I am there. So I'm receiving the lecture also. Yeah. Chinedu Agbadike has a lot in stock to tell our people. So, but we have already opened the programs, and Biafran could also have a view of actually what we are relating to them. So it will be a great opportunity that we joined in this very program anytime that is on, as Chinedu Agbadike will be here oftentimes, and some other professionals and our team members. You heard him mention about 8 professors, and we have so many doctors who are so many people doctorate degree on research as to regard to agro products and how we can actually build our economy through agriculture. So we have a lot of them who will be part of this very program. So we want everyone to get ready to be part of this program anytime that is on, because a lot of lecture will be coming on. And we are on the ground, and we will show you the way. It is no more time to give people food, give them money to buy food, and after eating, they will go to toilet. It is time for you to invest those money that you think you want to use to help people, invest it in agriculture, empower them into making profit, and at the same time recycling that money for you as to bring profit for you who are also struggling here in abroad to send money, because they are the reason. The poverty we left in our village, the poverty we allowed to exist in our community is the reason why we are working very hard, tirelessly in abroad, and yet it's never been enough, because we will always think about home. They told us that the money that are being sent in abroad, from abroad to Nigeria, is a very huge amount of money. And what are those money being used? Not for investment, but to just
every year, those in diaspora remit over 16 to 20 billion dollars.
You see, so that's very huge. Would it be that such huge amount of money is being invested into agriculture? We are not talking about losing the money, because at the end of the day, you see that people eat and they shit, and they even don't know how to recycle the shit, you know.
Because Mazi, automatically you send the money abroad and they return the money abroad, because most of the food that we are even eating come from abroad. So as you are sending the money home, the money is coming back again.
So yeah, so what we are looking at here is this. When you looked at the economy of Nigeria and the way they have been for a while now, you discover they borrow money and they put that money into a project that does not recycle, or a project that not bring profit. So now they will keep paying this very debt, while the money that was borrowed was put on a thing that does not reproduce. You see, it's become a waste, and that is why you will go sink into debt. But if you are putting a money, recycling the money, that at the end of 4 months, you are having profit, and the need of the people are also met. People who are not employed are also employed, and they are also fed. Then that your capital you are sending for that very month or for that very week is still safe, and there is profit on top of it. Then imagine how prosperous we can be as a nation if we keep saving every money that come on our way. If we keep investing every money that come on our way, imagine how prosperous nation we can. And that is the army and the soldier that we needed to build for Biafran land at this very point in time, where we can be able to be rest assured that our economy is very, very strong, that our cooperation in building economy, in building our economy is very, very strong. And we are not dragging with anybody in whatever they are getting in our land as oil, but we are making sure that whatever that is left of us, we know how to multiply it. The fact remains that the best economy in this life is the economy that people that knows how to multiply what they have. And this is the principle that Jesus also taught us, the principle of multiplication. The principle of multiplication. So now when he went with some people to the desert, they are hungry, they are about to go. And what did he do? He asked, who has anything among you here? And some people present only 5 fish and 5 loaves of bread. And what did Jesus do? From what the people have, then he multiplied it. They get fed, and there was left over to export. We must know that this principle is practicable, and every one of us has to be involved. Thank you so much for being part of this
Yes,
program.
I think Professor is rejoining us back again. Like I said, Mazi, are you there?
Mazi Pat, speak on, please.
Yes, like I said, we have the issue with the gadget. So, but I think I've been able to recover, so I can even put the number to call on the screen. Let me see the possibility of seeing if we can receive some calls, Mazi Solomon, so that we'll be able to hear from our viewers, also know their thoughts, and also Professor is trying to come back, but he has gone out again. I think it's network problem. While we wait and see if he can come back, let's see if we can take 1 or 2 calls. Let's see if Professor is back. I think Professor is back. Professor, you're welcome back. I know that it is Zoom. It is Zoom network.
Yeah.
Yes. So there are a lot of people who are asking questions, and some people want to know. Somebody was saying, they said he's asking if you have any land in her own state, in Imo State.
I'm trying to hear you.
Yes, can you hear me? Somebody was asking if you have any land in Imo.
Imo?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
How many hectares do you want? How many hectares do you need? You can always come to send any of your representatives to my office, and this is what you will do. You will be responsible for my transport, going to give you the land to and fro. I am a little bit tired of using my vehicle.
Professor, it's something you can always work out. But meanwhile, we have a number on the screen. We have a number on the screen, and it is a WhatsApp. Yes, it's a WhatsApp number for those who want to ask questions. Because we had this issue with our device, and I think we've been able to sort it out. And the program is going to be interesting now because it's going to give people opportunity to call in and ask you questions. And Professor, you see, what we try to do in this program, we have dedicated Black and White Web TV specifically for economic empowerment of our people. We told our people that in the struggle for Biafra restoration, that manna is going to fall, just like it happened in the Bible. Because at some point, the children of Israel on their escape route from Egypt needed to feed themselves. And they asked God for food. And he promised them that he's going to give them food. And the next morning, manna fell from heaven. And in this journey, we've gone to the point where manna need to fall in Biafra land so that our people will see the prosperity, so that our people can also have a feel of what Biafra will look like when we finally get to the destination. So, Mazi, we don't just want to end up saying it. We want to, see how we can integrate a system that can give our young people jobs in agriculture. We want to see a system that we can, from this program, integrate a system that can give our people opportunity to invest their money in agriculture. We also want to see a system that can help in the packaging, distribution, and sales. So it's a whole package that we want to create. I think we have a caller on the phone. Hello, caller. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Pat.
Yes, good evening. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you are calling from, please?
Okay, good evening.
There is some noise. There is some noise on the background. There is a noise on your background. Can you please? Are you driving? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay. Can you please go ahead, introduce yourself, and make your contribution?
Okay, thank you. Pat, good evening from here.
Good evening. Yes, I think the caller. I think the caller is gone. I hope that he calls back. Professor, can you hear me? Yes. So
I'm hearing you.
Yes, like I was saying, I said we don't just want to, because the problem of the African man is, this problem of theory. We all go to the classroom. we find it difficult to practicalize. But I want to see how we can use this program as an instrument that can organize our people, that can give our people not just the opportunity to learn. Please, if you are calling in, attend to your device. Make sure that your device is off. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program.
Okay.
Hello, good evening, Master Pat.
Yes, good evening.
My name is good evening. My name is Obi.
Obi
Bundes, as usual. Your good friend.
Thank you very much.
I'm calling from Austria.
Okay.
My brother, yeah, this program, I will tell you that it is a God, as you say, it is a God-brought program, because this is going to give us a very good opportunity for us to invest in our land. These people have made us to be hungry for years. We did not even know that we have an opportunity to be producing such things, that this man is saying now. So I think we need him, as Mazipat have said, we need him in this program constantly, so that Biafra will learn a lot, how to be investing in our farm, in our land. So that that money, instead of using that money to be wasting, throwing away, doing other things, we can at least engage that money with something. So this is a very good program. So I encourage you to continue on what you're doing. I thank you, Mazi Pat and Mazi Solomon, for bringing this, our professor, this, should I say, is an angel to us. So we need to keep him and continue watching him and bring him more days on this program. So we'll continue to learn from him. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much, Obi from Austria. Thank you very much. Professor, you've had Obi. A lot of Biafrans are excited. They are happy to have you because, a lot of us have left Biafra land for many years. And many people haven't come home for one reason that is best known to them. But I believe that you can also feel home with what we are doing, bringing the knowledge, giving you possibility. Many of us even haven't gone home, but we've been able to build houses, using capable hand. Some of us have been able to build a house, we've been able to have one or two. So investing in agriculture, if we have the right structure, will give our people the opportunity that even if you decide you don't want to go home until Biafra come, you can also be even part of the benefit of that land while you live abroad. Professor, how do you look at that assertion?
Yeah. Listen, no food, no economic, no food sufficiency in any country, no nation. If you want to come back in Biafra, where there is no food, there is no health, where are you coming back to? You are going to leave Europe, where I have lived, and there is everything possible there. You just come back and find nothing. No, you must be able to develop this place to have food sufficiency and health sufficiency, so that when you are coming back, you're not coming back to see nothing. You're coming back as if you are living where you were living before. So it's up to you to develop this place through investing in agriculture that will give birth to so many things that you can never believe. So many things. Now, if we can feed the people, nobody wants to travel abroad. My brother, living abroad is to live in mortgage. Remember, I have lived abroad for 35 years. You don't own anything. You're a mortgage, you're a slave, you're a second-hand citizen there. Nobody recognizes African man abroad. The only home we have now is Biafra land. And if Biafra can stand, all African nations can stand.
Thank you. Mazi, we have another caller. We have another caller. Hold on, please. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good day, Mazi, Patrick, and Solomon. I'm Professor. I agree to. Oh. I hope my voice is coming out clear.
Very, very clear. Go ahead. Can you introduce yourself? Introduce yourself.
Okay, please. Okay. My name is Mazi Ejike. This agro. I want to know to ask here about this farm too much, and when you sometimes people will be afraid of climbing it, but in this land where I am in Malaysia, they used to have the little, if you climb anything, you can cut it. I want to know if we can cut it to see in Malaysia, in our place, and the Malaysian own can produce 50, and they will cut it. Before next month again, they will get another 15 again. Those type of
Professor, he's talking about the palm fruit because he lives in Malaysia, and you know that Malaysia too. You said?
Malaysia borrowed one palm tree. Can you show him my own?
No, I don't have the picture of the palm tree, but we'll do that in subsequent program. My brother from Malaysia.
In the 60s. And I want you to know that Malaysia will come and borrow from us very soon. The reason is that we have developed our own. I told you everything we are doing here is indigenous. Some of the things they will be showing you, you've never seen it anywhere in this world. I am the type who believe that there is nothing in this world that was discovered by a white man. Most of the things you're enjoying today were discovered by the blacks. And majority of those blacks, the Egyptians, the pharaohs, were Igbos. So I believe in that. We have the capacity to produce better than Malaysia. That's why I say, show him my own pantry and compare it with Malaysian pantry. And also some of our pantry, especially Ojuku, we use it for medical feeds that will shock you. You can't believe that, but we're not talking about medical today. We're talking of farming. So we do not need Malaysia technology. We are going to borrow them our own technology, different technology. Technology means technique and knowledge. It's traditional, it's cultural. It's not something you import.
Okay, Professor, thank you very much. I think we have other callers. We have another caller from the UK. Hello, caller. Professor, are you there?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, caller, you're welcome to the program. Yes, caller. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you're coming from?
Hello.
Welcome to the program, Elizabeth.
Hello. Hello.
We are hearing you.
Elizabeth, can you please attend to the noise on your background, please?
Okay, let me know, man. Hello, my name is Elizabeth. I'm calling from Switzerland.
Okay, from Elizabeth from Switzerland, you're welcome to the program.
Okay, please, I want to, I'm interested in the farming, and I've been watching Professor. He said something about apples. I'm interested in larger farming, but I can invest in apple for now, maybe use my house in the village and from Imo State. I can invest in my land in the village where I can plant apple because it's well fenced. Then I want to know more about the land you said in Imo State where people can plant, and at the end of the day, 25% will go to the villagers and 70% will go to you. I want to know how that one looks like. And I want to have his number so that we can talk with him from here.
Okay, thank you very much. Professor, did you get the point?
Yeah, I got some of the questions. Now, he say he has place in Imo State and he wants to know how the land can be acquired.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Now, what you would do with the land I give to you, you give 25% to the community. That's one. Two, you cannot build house on that land. You only farm on the land. You only farm on the land. And you cannot acquire the land as your own. That means you will not take the land away from the community. Third, you can only use organic fertilizer on the land. You can't use artificial fertilizer on the land so they don't kill our lands. The other things are, if you need our logistic support to give you the seed, to give you the market, to give you the technical know-how according to what we have, we'll do that. The teaching is free. I'm the one responsible for the teaching. It's free. That is educating you how you make maximum profit. It's free. You don't pay money for that. Now, the market, if you want to use our existing market to market your product, fine. If you want us to help you in processing, fine. But it depends on what you want to farm, whether in crops or...
Yes.
Okay, she said she wants to start with apple farm.
Tell us what it takes.
Apple. She said she wants... Okay, Elizabeth.
We'll give you... We want to start with the apple now.
Okay, Elizabeth.
We can start with the apple in my village right now.
Okay, Elizabeth, listen. We have taken your point. To be able to attend to other people, let's talk after the program. I will link you up with the prof. Then you can continue from there. Okay. We have another caller from Belgium, please. Caller from Belgium, welcome to the program. Hello, caller.
Yes, Mr. Patrick, good evening from here.
Yes, good evening.
Thank you, and good evening to Professor in the studio and every other listeners. Yes, my name is Most Favor Nimbo. I'm calling from Kingdom of Netherlands.
Okay, from
and I come from Anambra, Newu province, Japan land. Yes, Mazi, this program is mind-blowing, as in it's awesome, and I'm glad to be part of it, to learn from this program. I have a few questions. One is this, let me start by, I'm much interested in this very business, or I will call it, or this farming, and I would be interested in plantation. And why I choose that plantation is this: my mother and my grandmother has been into that. In my village, in my community, they know my mother's plantain to be. People are coming from Newi main town to my village, as in to my family compound. Buyers from Newi are coming to my family compound to buy plantain. People in my community know my mother's plantain. They do ask her, what is she doing to this plantain that her own is different? So, and I know how much and how she has been taking care of the house with that. So, I'm interested in this. And but now we are talking about kind of a large scale, in a bigger scale. So I don't think that the land will be fertile enough or will be big enough. So since Professor said that there will be land, there is a land in Anambra, that I will be interested. But again, I would be glad to know, like, what will be the cost of this. That is my number one.
Okay, we are going to walk. We are going to walk. We are going to walk.
I want to drop 3 of them so that you will address it at once.
We cannot talk. You cannot talk about cost right now because we have other callers who will be.
Okay.
Listen, there is nothing to be in a hurry. You've called in, you've indicated your interest. Then I will find a way to relate with the professor and see how we can all work together. You know, so we cannot be talking about the business of of transaction and investment right now. What we are doing right now is to open the eyes of people. So your area of interest will be treated later. So do you have any other question before we go?
Yes. The other thing I have to say is this. Please, I want to kind of suggest that this kind of plan, this is a plan that will save the future of our nation, Biafra. So I don't see much reason why Professor, though this is his knowledge, so I'm not saying he shouldn't take it to Nigerian government, which is Abuja himself. But if Andy Oba and the rest of that he went with it, these are men that should have. Easterners will have the money. Let's invest this thing in our land and keep federal and state federal government out of it and do this thing in our land. The last thing I'm saying, and then I will drop is this. Please, let's, Mazi, if it's possible, you can make a kind of a group. We in diaspora can just put, maybe if it's possible, we can put 1 million, 100 people put 100 billion into this. It becomes 100 million. And, put 1 million.
Somebody is calling directly. Unfortunately, hello, caller.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. This is supposed to be a WhatsApp call. You just cut off.
I'm calling from Netherlands.
Yes, you just cut off the brother that was speaking, but I'll give you the possibility to speak. Go ahead and make your contribution. And our brother that was speaking, I urge you to call back again. Go ahead. Introduce yourself. Another brother from Netherlands. Go ahead.
I'm calling from Netherlands. My name is Mazo Kuchuku. I'm from Imo State. My question is this. I am interested in this farm produce, oil something.
Okay.
I'm interested in that. And also in husbandry.
Beautiful. So animal husbandry. Okay. You see what we are going to do, like I told Professor, is that we are going to form a union. Yeah. We are going to form an army of investors. And we are going to use this program because we are going to provide job for our young people, the teaming army on the ground. Yes. We are going to provide job and we are going to provide food for our people. And I know it's possible if we all come together and build a system that can manage what we have. We have professors on the ground. We have people working with him already. We also have another of our brother who studied agricultural engineering in Russia, Mazi Innocent Nani. I'll be bringing him in our next episode, and possibly also connecting him with Professor Agbadike, and see how we can all work together from the diaspora, pushing investment back home, employ young people, and create wealth. So I would be, after the program, we'll be talking. This is just the beginning. We would be talking and finding a way forward, creating a system that can benefit everything. My brother, thank you, Mazi from Holland. Thank you very much. Professor,
yeah,
we are filled with calls. We have another caller from the UK. Hello, caller. Hello, caller from the UK.
Hello.
Yes, you're welcome to the program. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you are calling from?
I am Mrs. Chereche Amadi. I'm talking from London here.
Thank you very much, Chereche Amadi from London. Can you please make your contribution?
Please, I am a farmer.
I'm
a farmer. Please, I would like to take the number of the professor, because I will soon leave for home so that I can see him in person and discuss at length with him.
Beautiful. Chereche Amadi, thank you very much. You call after the program. We'll send you the link of the professor after the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We have
Thank
another,
you.
Yeah, we have another caller. We have another caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program.
Hello. Yes. Welcome to the program. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you are?
Please, your gadget. Can you please? Hello, caller. Please, if you are calling us, try to make sure that you reduce the echo. You off your device. Off your device. Hello, caller. Welcome to the program.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome to the program.
Okay, I just want to contribute that the security that Mazen Nandekaro secured for Biafran is very good and perfect.
Yeah, the security architecture is a complement to what we are doing, and it's the reason why we have to. Because you can provide security and you are not using the land, it will be a waste. So while we talk about security, we also talk about occupying the land and not giving chance for marauders to take over. Go ahead.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Professor, just hold on. You come in.
Depend on these people so much because we are not part of agriculture. We are not part of, we are not partaking much in farming. When our people come together here in the eastern region, we can plant like onions can grow here, cabbage, all those things that we think that cannot produce here. When we meet agricultural people, Padana people that can help us and guide us on how to practice, we can invest money on that. Then when we start up our own agricultural, status or something like that in southern eastern region, when we can produce cabbage, when we can produce onions, these onions that they refuse to give us now, when they can produce things, all those things that make us depend on planning and all that part of Nigeria. When we can do all that, that means we will secure the land. Then maybe we can now, tell them to go their stuff. Then we will start agitating for what we are agitating fully.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you very much.
Okay.
So, Maz, Professor, there is something you wanted to say as regard to security. You've talked about it earlier.
Now, when the people are brought here, they normally settled inside long time followed bushes. From there, they attack the people and return back to the bush. I'm talking from experience because when you enter bush and you are driving on Okada for 4 hours inside the bush, you're still inside the bush, then you understand what we go through here. Now, those areas, there are no possible security except we, the farmers, provide a security. Now, I don't want to say certain things, what we have gone through and what we're going through here. We farmers provide those security for our farms, or else our farms will be attacked. So for the past 10 years, that security has been provided for our farms. We have what they call traditional security, more efficacious, more powerful. And I like to be challenged. If anyone enters my farm to go and steal, to bomb my farm, he will remain in that farm, counting the things there, counting the sand, counting the grass until we come back and pick him up. That's the meaning of security. So we challenge you anywhere on this planet Earth to come and enter our farm.
Professor,
you understand the meaning of security?
Let us not go there for now. We want to remain. We want to make sure that this very program remain educative. Let us not go into the primitive way. So let us just have
we're talking about security of the farm, because somebody who invested may be afraid that investment may disappear. So,
don't worry, Professor. We will go there. We will go there later. So we want to focus now on
hello, caller.
Yes,
please control the noise. Control the noise on your background. Control the noise on your background. Very important. To introduce yourself and go ahead. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mazi Patrick. Honestly, I have called before. Yeah, I am called Chinedu, calling from. I'm from Imo State, anyway, but I live here in Morocco. I'm calling from Morocco, Kingdom of Morocco, and Northern Africa.
Yes.
Yeah. Honestly, let me say from here this evening, I say good evening to you, you, Mazi Patrick, and the Professor Inshaw. I must be very candid with you. You guys have made my day today. I love the program, and really I would like to discuss privately with Professor on the area of animal husbandry. Okay, it's not what I'm going to be saying here on phone, because I know there are a lot of people that want to make their own contribution. If that can be accepted, this is my number.
Thank you very much. You can call back. You can call back after. You can call back after the program. Thank you very much. Professor.
Yeah, I'm listening.
You know, I used to tell people that agriculture is a vast area. That even the clothes I'm wearing comes from agriculture, because when we talk about agriculture, people feel it's only just food based. But what we are discussing today is foodism, war gladiator. You know, but we might be able to shift a little bit to also look at the animal husbandry and how you can utilize the animal skin for production of leather and other things. And I think we have to do that in other episodes, because
the next I will submit the cows, the pig, the goat, I'll submit our own live. I'll go there live and record and give it to you.
Beautiful. If you can send us, if you can make provision of some clips, then we can play them live while we are analyzing these issues on this program. Professor, we have a lot. You see, the problem that we have in Africa is a problem of management and organization, administration. And I believe that with a very good administration, using this platform, we can create an opportunity, an enormous opportunity, where people can sit back and even have a future they can fall back on, even from a distance. Today, people are talking about pension. People are talking about creating an avenue that can help them when they finally retire. We can also do that through, people investing in farming, even if you don't have to be on the ground, but you can actually invest in farming and secure your retirement. Professor, I think that can be done.
Yeah, I've already retired.
You see?
I'm doing this as an extra mission. That's why all this time I'm talking, I've never told you that this is what the Biafrans are going to pay me. It's my mission and my footprint on the sign of Biafra, that whenever Biafra comes, they will put my monument somewhere. And put
That's beautiful, Professor. That's beautiful. We've received series of calls. There is somebody I would have loved to get in touch with, but I would like to bring him live on this program.
Okay.
He studied agricultural engineering in Russia, and also in England, and he lives here with us in Italy. And his name is Innocent Nani. I want to see. Hello, Mr. Mazi Innocent. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, Mazi Innocent. Good evening.
Good evening. Can you hear me properly, or is the voice breaking because it's connected to external speaker? I don't know.
Please, if there is a way you can disconnect from the external speaker, because we can hear echo on the background. And I would like you to come to this program. I would like you to come to this program live. But first of all, can you hear me?
It's breaking. Can you call me back? Let me try to switch off the take off the
Beautiful. Okay, we'll be calling back our brother Innocent Nani, who also have the knowledge of not just in the farm, but also food production. He can produce pasta, you know, the pasta you eat, like the spaghetti and all that, you know, using the flour and you know, so these are the areas of packaging, you know. So it is also very important that we look at production of food, not just keeping them or consuming them fresh. We're also looking at preservation. So you have a food that you can preserve for the next season. Professor, I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yes.
So, but that has to come in other editions anyway, because you are going to be our regular guest on this program. We are going to invite many other people who have knowledge in, so that we'll start opening the mind of our people and start seeing opportunities where they are, rather than going on the greener pasture. Some of us have lived in Europe and America for 20, 30 years, and it's like we are all lost in a foreign land. Yes, Mazi Innocent Nani, good evening. Can you please introduce yourself?
Can you hear me now?
Very, very clear. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Nani Innocent Ugochukwu. Okay, and I'm from Uguta. I base in Italy, and I've been listening not from the beginning the program. I was unable to connect due to certain reasons and things I had to do. I came late, and I was not able to follow the program on time. So pardon me for that. Hello?
Go ahead. We are listening to you, engineer. We are listening to you.
Okay. Okay. What I want to say in this program, to Professor, I've seen the professor and the way he was, and when he was speaking, though not the beginning, just the earlier, the later part. Okay. And he seems very interesting man to interact with and discuss with all these things regarding agriculture. I did agriculture, specialized in soil science, you know, and some food,
engineer. You said you are specialized in soil science.
Soil science, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And apart from soil science, even growing on crops, particular crops in particular soil. And I found out that in our land in Biafra, we can virtually grow a lot of crops, even some crops that are coming up in Europe that I'm doing here. Practically in my house, I have a small land, and I'm practicing and doing certain things, you know, and it's giving me experience. experience of what I can transfer back. Anyway, and I want to, my worry is that in agriculture, virtually in our area, it is only subsistence agriculture. And people just grow and try to grow enough what they eat, but not in an advanced or in a high scale. And even in a high scale, I can see, I don't know how it is now, and I don't know how the professor is going to address this issue regarding infrastructures, you know. But for example, you have a land, you need a tractor to cultivate, to harvest, or to do all the process. And there's no road, there's no drainage system, there's no easy movement of water channels for irrigation. I'm worried on how all this project, if we start it, how it can be handled. Because when we are talking about agriculture, we are not talking about in a small scale now in order to feed our people. We are talking in a way in order to produce massively, have enough to eat, have enough to reserve and preserve, storage system, create storage system that the people will need. That even in Nigeria today, there's no system of storage. There's no way they store their food. It's all contaminated or wasted. Apart from that, try to expand, export what we produce. This we should look ahead as well. I'm seeing this to be something big, something interesting, but we need to focus on infrastructure first. Because without infrastructure, we are doing
engineer, you'll be
the professor address people on how this can be handled.
Yes, engineer Innocent.
Because we know.
Engineer Innocent, yeah. I'll be bringing you to this program. Possibly when we in the next coming days, when we arrange, we'll be announcing it. We'll be telling our audience when you'll be coming, so you can talk about the fish farming. That the fish farming, the area you are also part of your specialization, and we'll also be inviting Professor Agbadike to collaborate and see how we can all come together and put the infrastructure. Biafrans in diaspora have the resources to put infrastructure on the ground. What we don't have is the community mindset of working together to put our resources together to make this thing work. You know, so but if we all come together through this particular platform, I believe we have what it takes to put the infrastructure that we need without depending. If the billions and billions, 20 billion we remit every year back to Biafra land can be put in the right place, 20 billion of infrastructural investment is enough to move the Biafra land forward. Professor, I don't know if I'm making sense.
Exactly. Yeah, you are. But it is very essential.
Get to an end. Every problem has solution. And when you start, you continue to improve on where you ended up and put records down so that the
engineer Innocent, hold on, please, because Professor is speaking. Okay, hold on.
I don't know whether you understand what I mean.
Okay.
Keep records, and the next generation we improve on our records, and we'll continue until we get there. But to be complacent doing nothing is a crime. The biggest crime in human history is to be doing nothing. We just have to start. All the people we are living, enjoying their proceeds now are started somewhere. In the 60s, Chinese were nowhere in the 60s, but they send their experts all over the world. They land today. Chinese is a world power. We can become world power by starting. We know what we need. We have the wherewithal. Our boys are all over the world. They have the wherewithal. They can make this place the best nation in the world. Just have to start. I want you to understand that I left US 11 years ago. I stayed 35 years. I know what I was. I know what I earned. I know my proceed there. I know what I earned there. But here I am here. I left everything because we just have to start. And
Thank
if I didn't,
Professor, many of us will be joining you home soon. And I believe that if we are able to put a system that can help us, a lot of people will be coming back home to harness the opportunity that is available. Professor Engineer Nani, can you please give us your last word, because we'll be bringing you back on this program live and direct. So you don't even have to talk much. Just greet Professor Agbadike before you leave, and then we organize for your coming life. Yes.
Yeah, Professor, thank you very much. We appreciate and your teachings as well, and your knowledge, in-depth knowledge about agriculture. And as you said, doing nothing is not going to help. We need to start from somewhere. I believe in that. And as well, I think is that spirit that brought us together here, that we need to do something, we need to discuss something. And while discussing something doesn't mean we need to lack. We need to, we are trying to be discouraged, is to address things the way it should be so that we know what is ahead in front of us, you know, and the challenges. And it's from there we will build while we're taking a step forward to do what we want. So I think it's a good approach and a good forum we have at the moment to discuss and address what agriculture can do in our area. I'll bring my package next time and discuss it with you all.
Thank you very much.
To hear project, and then we see how we can do it.
Thank you very much,
and,
Engineer
from
Innocent.
there we know how we can move forward.
Thank you very much, Engineer Innocent. Thank you very much. Engineer Innocent is a soil scientist. he deals, and I know, Professor, you know about soil science.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so he will be coming, he will be joining our program. He'll be joining our program, and he will also be educating our people. And we'll be building a very strong bond with each other, building a strong channel, taking advantage of every opportunity, and channeling that energy in the right direction to give our people the desired result, so that we'll be able to look back and say, yes, this is where we are, and we'll be able to define the next step. Because we need to let our people understand that the Biafra they see, the Biafra they are talking about, can also, the fruit of that Biafra of the future can be experienced now. We don't have to wait to die before. We can start enjoying Biafra even while the struggle goes on. Professor, I think that makes some sense.
Yeah, we have the best soil, we have the best weather. We can farm all the year round. And what we're working on now is how to farm without rain falling. Now, we are trying to extract water from the air so that we can farm in November, December, January, and February. We're even working on that now. And we need all hands on deck. And what we have developed, tell the professors, what we have developed with earthworm, we can farm on cement sand, the sand you use in molding block. We don't even need fertile soil any longer. So we have gone to that. But what we are working on right now is how to extract water from the air and farm without digging water from the ground. I want you to know that all Biafran land has water in the ground. All Biafran land has water from the air, which is rainforest. All Biafran land can extract water from Ogoro, dry season. If we can do all these things here, putting our hands on deck, bringing all the best brains, they don't need to return home. If you can do all these things together, you can imagine Biafra will be a paradise. It will be a nation everybody want to do business with. Is there a nation everybody want to eat the organic crops from there? It will be a nation everybody wants to be healed from the herbal mixtures there. Now, that is what we are going to create for the world to emulate. So all we need to do, all hands be on deck.
Professor, thank you very much. You know, when you talk about extracting water from the air, it looks like an abstract science, but it's already existing. It's already existing. We've seen an American, a black American, extract water from the air. There is a place they call Flint, where they have this issue of water pollution, and he's been able to come up with extracting water from the air. And I think we have the technology. So people should not look at it as something that is impossible. It is possible, it's doable. All we need to do is to pursue that dream, and we'll get there. Professor, do you have any last word for us before Mazi Solomon comes in?
What I want to say is problem is a growth opportunity necessary for our advancement. It's like a lion, but dressed in lion clothing. And I also want you to know that failure is part of progress. Failure is the only power given to us to try again. We shall not back out from ruling and controlling the world. We shall not back out from being independent from mental colonization. We shall not back out from feeding the world. We shall not back out from feeding the people. We shall never have Kwashok again in Biafran land.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Professor. It's my pleasure having you. And I hope that we'll be able to converge here again in the shortest possible time to continue on this program. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
And you too. Thank you very much. Mazi Solomon, are you there? I think Solomon is also gone. I want to say thank you very much to each and every one of you. We are putting a lot of things together. For many of you who called in and want to get in touch after the program, who want to speak directly with the professor, who want the contact of Professor Agbadike, you can call back and I will send your link across to him. And we see how we can all work together and build a system that will reward each and every one of us. Before we come back again on this program, my name is Mazi Ikem Patrick Dike, and it's my pleasure to host you. And I hope that we'll be seeing each other soon. And we'll be bringing our brother Engineer Innocent Nani, who is also on the comment section, on our next episode, where he will be talking about fish farming and the plans that he has already, the proposal he has given to this to the government that was flawed, that discouraged him to return back to Europe disappointed. But we are here to make sure that our dream shall never die again, because Biafra is here. I will all be happy to have a nation where our dream will be utilized and use it to build a future for the next generation. I want to say thank you very much for being part of the program. Make sure you share and tag your friends on this program. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.